Hello, I'm Steve at the Hair Talent Underground, and this is your client today, Gino. We have already done the layering around the sides and contoured this to Gino's head shape, cutting it at a 90-degree angle and taking off all the points. Now we are going to cut the top portion of the horseshoe part. And to cut that, we first establish, the length in the front. And that is also cut, that is pulled out at about a 90-degree angle and cut at an even length. Once you establish the length in the front, that will be your guide for the top. Everything on these cuts has a guideline that you establish, creating a nice even pattern that you can follow. Once I've established the length on the top, you take about a 1-inch section on the top and pull it up and cut it to the same length you cut the front, and that is your guide. It looks like it's just a little over an inch in length on top. We're following that to the back, establishing the guideline for the top. This point here is tied into this point here that we cut and knocked off the back. Those are tied in there. That guide establishes the length that the top is to be cut, and now we pull that up at a 90-degree angle and cut that straight across, blending it in with the guideline, this guide strip that we cut. You tie all that into that length. As you can see, it's about, I go over it a few times, evening that out. Okay, now what we need to do is tie this top in with the sides that have already been cut. By doing that, you pull this out again at a 90-degree angle and take that point off, tying the top in with the sides, blending them in as such. And we go over to this side and do the same thing. This has been pre-cut, and we've also cut the top. Now we're going to tie the sides in with the top by picking it up and blending in both points. As you can see, right here is the point on the side that we cut, and here's the point on the top. So we're going to tie those 2 points in by making this cut again at that 90-degree angle. As you can see, both points have been cut in. You pick up another section, about another 1-inch section. As you can see this point of the side we cut, and here's the point on the top that we had cut. We're going to tie that in. Take up another 1-inch section and do the same. Follow that all the way around to the back and the crown. And when you pick that up, as you can see, there are no tags. I usually go over it once or twice. When you pick the hair up now, you can no longer see that point because you tied it in, the sides in with the top, and that point has been eliminated, thus removing the weight on the sides. That weight on the side can give you a boxy look, and that's what a lot of people miss. They'll cut the sides, they'll cut the top, but they don't tie the two in. Thanks for visiting me at the Underground. This is Steve, and this is Gino.